Hi, my name is Trevor Teichman from Kbandstraining.com, and today we're going to be working on our footwork on the basketball court for youth athletes. The Kbands 4 square drill is going to be great for helping us change directions from front to back or even shuffle from side to side as fast as possible. By utilizing Kbands, you're going to help build that strength in your hips to be quicker moving from side to side. If you don't have strength and complete stability in your hips, anytime you look to change direction, you're going to have a slight hesitation from foot drive all the way up through your core to actually move your center of gravity. To set the 4 square drill up, you're going to need to put up 4 cones. Depending on the athleticism of the athlete, we're going to change those distances accordingly. Older athletes might be working with distances from 12 to 15 feet, while younger athletes can even pull it back into about 6 to 8 feet. These distances will help us be explosive, changing direction through each and every one of the sequences that we're about to go through. The first sequence is going to be great for helping us change direction with a patter step. When we utilize the chop step method when we approach the cones, it's going to help us slow down our body and be ready to immediately accelerate. We don't want to come up to the cone, be lazy, and round it like we're playing baseball. It's important that we change direction on a dime, get into the cone, and turning quickly to accelerate to the next one. The key during the entire 4 square drill is to stay as close to the cones as you can every time you change directions. This will help us be a better defender, as well as be able to make better cuts on the offensive end as well. The next sequence is going to make us turn our bodies just a little bit farther as we get to the cone. You're going to accelerate, keeping your body low, under control, but as fast as you can to that second cone, round your body back to that 45-degree angle, hitting that back cone. Again, as we reach this cone, we're going to be doing the same thing as we started with, sprinting forward, touching that cone, rounding, and heading back to where we started. Now that we've got a good rhythm, let's move into the third sequence. We're going to be accelerating forward with our patter step and then immediately backpedaling to the beginning cone. This is going to be mimicking that offensive-defensive transition, moving into a backpedal or even a drop step to stay with the offensive attacker. Now, as you reach the first cone, we're headed back to the second cone, sprinting at a straight linear angle and then backpedaling back again to that first cone. And finally, we're going to stand our ground and we're going to shuffle from side to side on those back cones, keeping a low base, moving quickly, but keeping our feet with a little bit of width apart. Good defensive position is always key in any drill that we want to do. Our fourth sequence now is going to be back to where we started. We're going to be moving around that outside box, sprinting forward, shuffling across, and then backpedaling out. Be sure that any change of direction that we do, the most important thing is that we keep a good center of gravity. Young athletes, you've got to focus on your chest position. The more you lean back on your back pedals, the less control you'll have. Remember, we're only going to move back for so long and then we're going to want to accelerate forward. So by keeping your chest a little bit more towards your toes, you're going to be in a good spot to be able to take off. This drill is going to be a great group drill. If you've got a lot of athletes, spread it out with 3 or 4 different stations. If you're working with a couple, just work with one station and keep the intensity high. Work through your resisted rounds with about 4 to 6 sets, and then we're going to move on to our unresisted sets. Spend time focusing on technique and really working on quicker feet here. There's no need to worry about working through resistance. It's completely time to be one in your own and accelerate from each cone. Now that your legs feel lighter, make sure that you tighten things up a little bit. Get a little better footwork. Work faster off the cones. Don't lean too far with your foot, slowing you down. Close chop steps, get out and turn the corner. For more drills for speed, agility, or even basketball-specific drills to help with your shooting, defensive skills, or even ball handling, head to Kbandstraining.com and get started working with us today.